How's it going, everyone? As you can see, we are on the boat, but fortunately we're not on the water just quite yet. We are getting there though. The weather has been pretty warm. Spring is almost here. We're almost at that point where we can be out on the water. We're getting to that time where all the ice is starting to melt. In some areas of the state, people are out on their boats already. The Mississippi River, for example, a lot of people are out on Red Wing Dam already, out on Pool 4. Today I was doing a little bit of cleaning up around the garage here, and I was putting my ice fishing gear away. And I thought, you know, this would be a great time to take you guys along with me and just kind of give you a tour around the boat. I don't think I've brought you guys along yet, so let's get started. Let's take a look. We'll start at the back here. We do have 2 extra seats. We have them right up here stored away. These are the bow mount cushions that go right up here, and then this is the boat cover right here. So this is the back. These seats do flip up. Both of these seats right here. And here is the live well. And then right here is where we store our rods. So all of our main rods that we use are under here because this is the only spot that can hold them all, since they are, you know, 7 feet and up. So here's this one. This one's mine. I have a Shimano Stratic CI4 Plus paired with the Phoenix Feather. And then my brother also has the same exact setup right there. Shimano Curado DC paired up with the Shimano SLX rod. Very light. I love this combo here. And here's my new setup I got right before winter. This is the Abu Garcia Zeta or Zata, the army green, matte green finish. And here's my my trolling rod. As you can see, it's a Berkeley rod, Berkeley 2-piece, the Abu Garcia STX. And then here's my favorite Abu Garcia Revo Rocket 3rd gen paired with the Veracity. As you can see, I have the Gantarel on there. I do use this one for, you know, these big swim baits, and I do use it for top water, mostly spooks. Usually anything that's a big swimming type of bait, I would use this one with. In this compartment, more rods. This is where the battery goes. This is where all the tackle goes. This box right here, all plastics. And then on this side, just a bunch of life vests. Alright, so let's take a look at what we have here. In this compartment up here, this is where I store the front bow mount head unit. It came with the boat when we bought it. It is the 858C HD. Foot pedal, some rope, some hooks, some more hooks and weights. This is mainly all my bass hooks, all my EWG, all my bullet weights, Ned rigs, and bobber stoppers. That's what I have in here. This one's, I guess, my white bass. This has got to be at least 2 pounds worth of jig heads here. It's pretty hefty. As you can see, it's a bunch of orange and green, but that's always been our go-to. Red or orange jig head with the white or green twister tail, Mr. Twisters, or any kind of twister tail grubs that you could find. We lose so much that we have to get a whole box of this. And then in this box I have my chatterbaits. I've been using chatterbaits a lot. It's been one of my go-to baits. I've been doing really well with it, especially right at the weed edges. You come out to about 10 feet right off the weed edge, throw it along the weed line there, and you just slowly crank it in. But definitely chatterbaits. I have a whole box of chatterbaits for reasons, because they work. Here's a box of hard baits that we use, a bunch of wrapless and lipless. I can't say much about these ones. I haven't really used these except for these ones here. These Sabills, killer. Once you throw these, you twitch it in, kind of like a spook, and they will act like a spook. They go side to side like this. You see teeth marks on there. Yeah. So definitely this one is killer. So more hard baits, KVDs, square bills, and these are my, I guess you could say, big fish tackle. As you can see, I have another gantarelle here, some bigger swim baits here, some spoons that I found, and here's my box of plastics. And then here, I guess you could call this the muskie box. We usually don't go for muskie. Just look at this right here. Like look at that. I don't even catch perch this big, you know, and we're using this as bait. One day I'll be ready. So this is the Medusa. It's like a bulldog, but it has 3 tails instead of 1. Here's a bulldog. Unfortunately, the tail got cut off, and it wasn't even because we were fishing and it got cut off. Apparently it got stuck somewhere, and we tried to pull it out and it got stuck. Oh, and then I forgot this box as well. This is my top water box. A few whopper ploppers, some poppers, spooks, frogs. This box, all my plastics, crawls, a lot of Ned rigs, and a lot of Z-Man stuff. This is where I keep all the flukes, all the Ned rigs, all the Senkos, all the crawls, all the drop shot plastics. There's nowhere else I could put it. A bunch of Kitex, Shields version of Kitech, some tubes, but yeah, it's a bunch of plastics that I use. A lot of Ned rigs and a lot of drop shot. Been using so much Ned rigs over the past year as well, especially on Mille Lacs. If you guys are interested in a Ned rig video or whatever kind of bait you saw me show you here today, let me know in the comments. I'll do a video, dig deeper into it, and then of course if there's new baits that you want me to try. I feel like every year I'm trying to learn a new technique. Definitely if you do have a new technique I didn't mention yet, or a new technique that you think that I should try to look into, let me know and I'll try to give it a shot.
Boy, you couldn't stop crying. I told you to shut your damn mouth when you said you weren't strong enough. Didn't wanna bring me down, but we're already falling. You've got your baggage and I've got mine, so what? I love you the most when you're falling over. You've got your baggage and I've got mine, so what? So what? You're only afraid of love when it's sitting next to you. Well, I'm sitting right here. Never want to move. Everything this world has ever put you through gave you a diamond heart. It's polished by your scars.